Hey, it's the Terminian Hero here, and we're playing some more Metroid Prime. We are in the space pirate base in Phendrana Drifts. We are at the observatory, but we are leaving it now. And we are heading further into the base. Or perhaps we are heading out of the base. Kinda. And the reason I say that is because this actually heads outside. Yeah, looky here, we're outside. Actually, can I scan a thing? I can't scan this elevator from both sides, what? Anyways, the doors are locking, and for good reason. The space pirates are here. There is an explosive box up there. I was gonna try to hit it when space pirates were near, but never mind. There's a big explosive box there. And we got a big energy too. Can you please get close to the big explosive box? I would really appreciate it. It would be awesome if you would do that. Now this would be our first encounter with flying pirates if we didn't visit the crashed frigate. But we did visit the crashed frigate, so this is not our first time with them. I like that crane there holding that box. I don't know why, it just seems like a neat little touch. And yeah, there's their suicide dive bomb there, which is a crazy thing to be in a Nintendo game, but whatever. Darn it, let me blow that thing up. I mean, I do have super missiles now, which you can only use with the... Yeah, I just blew the crap out of him, but yeah, you can only use super missiles with the power beam. You can't use them with the wave beam. Ah! Apparently this is still going. Where are you? There you are. Yeah, let's just obliterate them with some super missiles. I normally don't really use them for combat, but hey, they can be pretty useful. So going up here is pretty pointless. Going up here, however, has this. Let's blow that out of the way first. Man, my GameCube made a really loud noise when I did that, when I blew that up and scanned this thing. But yeah, unfortunately we can't really break this down yet, so we can't really do anything with that yet. So it looks like this is the right way to go according to our minimap. It's easy to get turned around in that place. But yeah, that outside area is pretty important, but we'll head back there later. A few times, actually. But yeah, we can't do everything we need to do there yet. Can't scan that one from both sides either, huh? Okay, anyways. Let's just move on then. Oh boy. Well, this is a special room. Yep, they've got Metroids here. You can see that one in its little containment thing there. I've got things to scan, though. Which I guess I can scan from here. Looks like there's, yeah, pirate data up here. Initial transfer of Metroids to Talon 4 research facilities has been completed. 3 were terminated in an incident at the landing site, but the others were pacified and transported safely. Initial Phazon infusion testing is underway. We are eager to observe the effects of Phazon on Metroids, especially their ability to absorb and process the energy given off by Phazon sources. Early research suggests a considerable growth in power and size. Whether the creatures stay stable thereafter remains to be seen. And we got another Metroid data over this way. Or Metroid data, pirate data. But it's probably about Metroids. Oh no, the reconstruction of Geoform 187, codenamed Ridley, was recently completed after his defeat on Zebes. Command ordered a number of metagenetic improvements for him. Though aggressive, we were able to implement these changes in a cycle. The metamorphosis was painful, but quite successful in the end. Early tests indicate a drastic increase in strength, mobility, and defensive capability. Cybernetic modules and armor plating have been added as well. We believe our creation, now called Meta Ridley, will become the mainstay of our security force, a job he will certainly relish. Alright, we can scan a little more before we enter the room. Okay. And there's our Metroid. We could free him with a missile, but why would we do that? Let's just scan him. Morphology, Metroid. Energy-based parasitic predator. The dominant species of planet SR-388, Metroids can suck the life force out of living things. A Metroid will latch onto its prey and drain energy, growing larger as it does. The only way to shake an attached Metroid is to enter Morph Ball mode and lay a bomb. And scanning him, he then breaks free! Oh no, we have to fight our first Metroid. But it's not that hard. So when he's doing that, you can't hurt him. That happens when his health is like half gone. Yeah, he wasn't that hard. We do have some more stuff to scan here, though, and we've got some space pirates breaking in. Because they just won't leave us alone. It's not like we're invading their territory or anything, right? Anyways, we're gonna have to fight our way down there. Let's pick up some energy first. Yeah, and we've got plenty of things to scan on our way down. So let's read our pirate data as a pirate runs up to attack us. Confidence is high regarding Phazon applications. We know enough about Phazon now to begin combining it with space pirate DNA. The code name for this venture will be Project Helix. Preliminary studies indicate that Phazon Infusion could produce radical new pirate genomes. Benevolent mutation levels are high in current test subjects. Phazon madness is a concern, but refinements in the infusion process should reduce or neutralize the odds of mental degeneration. Alright, let's get rid of this guy before we scan anymore. Okay. I'm sure we've got plenty more to scan downstairs, but we've also got more to fight down there, too. And we've got something to collect. But I kinda wanna get rid of this pirate first. After I scan these computers, of course. Motion near Hunter Metroid DG appears to trigger psychotic episodes. Personnel are to stay at least 3 meters away from stasis tank. So that's the first we've heard about a Hunter Metroid. Yeah, Hunter Metroid DS is showing signs of increased instability and a heightened immunity to cold damping fields. That's funny. Hunter Metroid DS. Metroid Prime Hunters on the DS. But I'm pretty sure that was unintentional. Since, you know, Metroid Prime Hunters still wasn't gonna come out for a while, and I don't think was even made by Retro Studios, so yeah. Ow! Alright, fine, I'll fight you before I try to do anything. There we go. Now, let's actually try to get this missile expansion. So we can get up here, and we can roll along this path with our morph ball. And there's our missile expansion. It's a lot easier to spot this one later than now, but we got it now. So yeah, we got more information on the Metroids. I'll deal with that mess in a second. First, I want to scan all these other random ones. Huh, something about elite pirates. We will be seeing more about those later. And we've got some more Metroids here that we could free if we wanted to, by shooting a missile at these tanks. I don't remember scanning that one, but whatever. But yes, we have an energy tank here that we could get to if we just bust this open, so let's do that. And we got plenty more to scan. Yeah, I remember my friend saying that he was at like really low health when he got here, and that was the energy tank that saved his life. And that has been our title for that energy tank ever since. I'm sure there have been plenty of energy tanks that have saved many people's lives throughout Metroid, but that is the one that saved his life. So anyways, we got some pirate data here. Metroid dissection continues to provide more questions than answers. Our research teams have isolated the energy conduits that run from the invasive twin mandibles to the energy core in the creature's quadripartite nucleus. But the manner in which a Metroid actually extracts the life force from its prey remains an utter mystery. The victim does not lose blood or any other vital fluids, and yet the Metroid extracts energy. Identifying this energy is our central problem. It takes no physical form, and yet, without it, the victim dies. We will continue to research this matter, as the isolation of this life-giving essence could be the key to our ascendance. And I know we've got at least one more lore here. Right here, what's this pirate data about? Studies of Metroid biology continue, though with limited progress. It seems likely that we will be much more successful using the Metroids for our means, rather than trying to reproduce their powers. If they could be adequately tamed, we would have no need of a proper understanding of their metabolism. A small force of disciplined Metroids could wipe out entire armies, and once we find a way to shield them from cold containment weapons, they will be invincible. Furthermore, if we could then harvest the energy they'd consumed, we would have a near limitless source of power at our disposal. So yeah, it's interesting, because Metroids are normally only harmed by cold, but in this game, you can harm them without cold. Which seems to suggest that the Phazon exposure actually weakened them in a way. Or whatever the pirates did to them. Because who knows what else they did to them. But they needed to be able to contain the Metroids so that they wouldn't get killed by them. Anyways, Ice Beetle, burrowing insect with an ice reinforced carapace, averse to heat. This member of the beetle family has adapted to life in the sub-zero temperatures in the Phendrana drifts, growing a thick ice shell over its entire body. The ice is extremely resilient, providing the ice beetle with extra protection and augmented digging abilities. So yeah, I think the ice beetle might be a permanently missable enemy. I think, maybe, I'm not sure. Make sure you scan it though. So we can't get out of here till we defeat all the ice beetles either. Let's just rapid fire them with the power beam. Or maybe we were able to get out and I just shot the door without noticing? I don't know. So now this is the room we've been trying to get to all this time. And we are gonna tackle this place just one floor at a time. Kind of. I mean, first let's take out all the pirates, because let's be real here. And I actually think we're gonna tackle this place from the bottom up. Because I want to show you what's down here first, other than, I think, turrets. Yeah, there they are. I knew there was turrets down here. You can't fool me. So yeah, down here is what we are after. But force field network active around object. All 3 force fields must be deactivated to access object. So basically they're just saying we need to scan some stuff. Something talking about thermal vision stuff. That sounds interesting and in our benefit. Central tank main circuit connection terminated. So that got rid of those, like, turquoise circles. But we've got some more scan stuff over here. I thought one of these was gonna be a lore, but I guess not. I must be thinking of a later area. And this should shut down a little more. So that gets rid of the big blue laser wall, but there's still those orange rings going around it. Need to take care of those as well. That's also a thing we can scan. So I'm glad I caught that. Which again, we don't need to scan all that stuff, we just need to scan the logbook stuff and the stuff that actually activates stuff. So is that the same as a scan down there? Because I don't remember actually scanning that. Anyways. And yeah, I can't scan what's over there. I figured as much. But now we should be able to get in. We should be able to get our ability. But what is this ability? I mean, they've kind of already told us what it is, but this is the first time, and I think only time, it's ever been in a Metroid game. So, like, even though they tell you about it, you might not know about it if you haven't played this game. It is the Thermal Visor. Thermal Visor acquired. And now this place is losing power. The door is no longer active. And it's very dark. So we want to use our thermal visor so it's much more easy to see. And as you can see, it helps a lot. Because otherwise it would look like this. But yeah, so let's make our way out of here with our thermal visor. Changes up the HUD a lot, but the stuff we need to know is still there. So yeah, these Metroids, yeah, they weren't gonna stay confined for long. I mean, you had to know they'd break out. So the thermal visor answers how we're supposed to be able to see, but how does that get us out of the door that powered down, huh? I guess we'll get to that in a second. First, let's take care of this guy before he latches onto me. No Metroids have latched onto us yet, and that's definitely a good thing. I'm sure I'll show what it's like for one to latch onto you eventually. But I sure as heck aren't gonna do it on purpose. Let's take care of this last Metroid here, and something looks interesting over there. Let's get our scan visor out. This here says the door has no power. A nearby power conduit must be energized for it to open. A blast of electrical energy will energize the conduit. The conduit radiates some heat that is invisible in the normal spectrum. So we need to use the thermal visor to see what we need to hit, and we need to hit it with the wave beam. And I really like how you can see the wire that goes from the conduit to the light here. That's a really cool touch. And they do that with all of the power conduits. Hello, sort of new enemy. You were in a cutscene earlier. But now we actually get to scan you and fight you. Sentry drone. Well-armed and armored security mecha. Sentry drones have limited intelligence, but do their assigned tasks well. Being machines, they are susceptible to electrical attacks. When alerted, drones initiate a security lockdown, then attempt to neutralize the intruder. Their electronic warfare suit can scramble visor technology as well. Yeah, and we can't really see them well with our thermal visor, because they're not warm. So it said to use the wave beam pretty much, so let's do that. Using it kind of makes them short circuit a bit, or no, that just defeated them fast. I thought they short circuit a bit. I guess I was wrong. Now, so there's some pirates here that we want to look at with the thermal visor, but there's also an enemy in that room that we can't see very well with the thermal visor. You see that green thing there? That's a turret. We can't really see it that well with the thermal visor. So let's go into combat visor and take it out with our missiles. And now switch back to thermal visor to take these guys out. Now another thing we could do is we could free a Metroid. It might be too late now. Yeah, he's coming after us, but if you free a Metroid when space pirates are nearby, the Metroids should attack the space pirates. So I actually think I'm gonna try that here with the other Metroid. So let's free this one from a distance, and then go to where a space pirate is, which should be right up here. No, he's still going for me. Well, I know there are times where Metroids will attack space pirates. I guess this just isn't one of the times. But yeah, this here is what I was talking about when I said that that one missile expansion was easier to see later on. Because this track is glowing, and the missile expansion would be glowing as well. Plus, if you're in the combat visor, the track is much more easier to see when everything else is dark, because it has lights on it. And, you know, the missile expansion lights is pretty bright as well. Also, we have another turret up here that we're going to want to have our combat visor out for. So back up this way, it's actually kind of light over here. Well, not super light. In fact, it was just the enemies that were lighting the place up. If we get rid of the enemies, it's like super dark here. Oh, there is some stuff lighting the way, but it's still pretty darn dark. So let's head back up out here. We're not going to need our thermal visor when we're outside. They made sure it's pretty bright here. And I'm just going to ignore those guys shooting at me, and we're just going to move on. There's no reason for us to be out there right now. Let's just make progress. Back into the observatory. Before I fight my way through here, I think I'll save quick. Just because it has been a while. About a half hour. A little over a half hour. And now let's head down and fight these guys. They are not that difficult. Just hit them with some charged wave beam shots and they're done. Yeah, you can also light up the area with your beam. Both beams light the place up, but the wave beam lights it up better. Let's try fighting this guy with the power beam just to see how different it is. Yeah, that's the short circuit I was thinking of, so I guess the wave beam prevents that from happening? I guess? Anyways, when you fight those guys, the doors are locked, so you have to fight them to unlock the doors. The heck door? Let me down. Okay. Yeah, let's take that guy out. Good thing I wasn't in my thermal visor. But we do have something interesting here, because there was this. A column that is made out of cordite. Now, we can break this with a super missile. And it gives us a missile expansion. So hooray for that. But now it's time to do some more fighting. Yeah, thankfully we don't have to do a bunch of scanning anymore, because we've been here. We don't need to do any more scanning in this place. We can even just jump down from there as a shortcut, which is pretty nice. Anyways, we shouldn't need our thermal visor anymore, because we are pretty close to the entrance, and I'm pretty sure the rest of the rooms here are bright. Yeah. No more thermal visor required, at least for as long as we're in here. Now, though, I'm actually going to save again here, even though it's only been like 4 minutes. Because we're going to something big. And I do mean something big. So, we can go this way now. Because this cordite statue here, we can break off with a super missile. And behind that is one of those power conduits, which we can also get past now with our thermal visor and wave beam. And there's that cool wire leading down to the door. I love how they do that. But yeah, we are definitely getting to something pretty big here. I kind of want the hint system to pop up, because I want to see what it says about what we're going to. But we're getting there way too fast, like we're already there. It's not gonna pop up or anything? Okay, fine. Like, I think the hint system might say something about some weather or something, like abnormal weather. I'm not sure. Anyways, Quarantine Cave. Now, can we get this scan before we go down there? I don't think we can. And say hello to Thardus. An animated, sentient creature of stone charged with Phazon radiation. The Phazon radiation given off by Thardus negates auto-targeting systems, preventing lock-on. It may be possible to acquire alternate targets with a different visor. The chaotic nature of Phazon irradiation leads to inability, I didn't catch that, in its structural integrity. Thardus can encase targets in ice, and its colossal size and strength make it a formidable opponent. So yeah, Thardus. That would have froze us if it would have reached us. So we want to watch out for that. We can see his weak point with the thermal visor. Here he's throwing some rocks at us, so yeah, let's use our thermal visor. Destroying those things, though, makes our thermal visor freak out. But yeah, so let's just attack this weak point with our thermal visor on. And once we destroy it, yeah, thermal visor overloaded. Return to combat visor. But we can actually see the rock we need to hit now. And once we destroy it while we're in combat visor mode, that will be 1 rock destroyed, and there are 7 that we have to destroy. So this could be kind of a long fight. And now he's rolling around in his own, like, morph ball type thing. Yeah, I used the morph ball boost to get out of the way. You can actually hit his weak point while he's in that ball form, but you can't target his weak point. So it makes it very difficult to actually hit it. Yeah, so my friend that I mentioned earlier, yeah, we used to call this guy Rocky, we used to call Flagra Plant Man, and we used to call the plated Beetle Mr. Beetle after one of our teachers. And those were the nicknames we had for the various bosses in this game. Those are all the bosses that we had nicknames for. Anyways, we are almost done with rack number 2. And he is doing some crazy stuff. He has a bunch of crazy weather effects, you know, freezing us. He's making a bunch of misty clouds come in, you know. And he's got more he can do, you know, he's launching rocks at us. He can affect, like, all these different elements. And I want to make sure we can see all the things he can do, so I don't want to be in thermal visor all the time. Because we won't be able to see things as well then. Or rather, we'll be able to see things better, but we won't be able to see the cool stuff that he's doing. And that's our third rack down. What's he doing now? Yeah, we got all this fog, we got all this, like, all this lightning coming down, this thunder, all this electricity, whatever you want to call it. So that's pretty cool, and now we've got this thick fog. So we're going to want to use our thermal visor now, so we can actually see through the fog. And I like using the wave beam here because it homes on to him. But I think that super missiles would home on as well, just like normal missiles do. So I kind of want to test them out. Although I won't be able to do that when he's rolling around like this. I feel like I keep missing with this. Yeah, that super missile is pretty powerful, but it is hard to hit with. So yeah, that is why I prefer my wave beam. On to our 5th out of 7 stones. This one is much bigger, so it should be much easier to hit, so I probably will use super missiles then. Yeah, I think I got him. I did. Awesome. This one's also pretty big. So I should be able to hit it once I can lock onto him again when he's not in his ball form anymore. Alright, that's the 6th rack down already thanks to super missiles. But this final 7th rack should be pretty small. What is he doing? That looks pretty cool. Alright, so maybe it's not a small rack for final. I thought the final rack was a small one, but whatever. Doesn't really matter. We're done with our thermal visor for the fight. We just have to hit him with a super missile in the combat visor. Yeah, super missiles definitely do seem to be the way to go here. Especially with the bigger rocks that you can actually hit. Otherwise, wave beam is probably best. That little pebble better not have done damage. Could you imagine Samus being taken out by that? I can't pull these in for some reason. That's weird. Anyways, we got our Spider Ball. First appearance of Spider Ball in 3D, but not the first appearance ever. Those of you that have played Metroid 2 would know that, but that's the only 2D game it was in before this game. The only other 2D game it was in was the remake of Metroid 2, Samus Returns. And again, it is a bit nerfed compared to the 2D games, just like the space jump was. You can't just climb up any wall in this game. But you can climb up these tracks. And now the tracks actually go into our research now that we have the Spider Ball. They didn't go into our research before. But yeah, magnetic rail system track. In Morph Ball mode, press and hold R while close to this type of surface. Use the control stick to move the ball along the track. Release R to disengage from the surface. Caution, a Morph Ball bomb will briefly disengage the ball from the track. So yeah, this is Morph Ball stuff, and you know, this is Spider Ball stuff, and you know, the Spider Ball is pretty cool in this game, but it only improves as games go onward. For now, you're just kind of going across the track like normal, and occasionally dropping down to another place or another track. And you can use bombs while you're on them, but we can't do everything here yet, because we don't have the grapple beam. And yes, these grapple beam targets will go into our research once we actually have the grapple beam. But we can't put them in our research until then, because it's weird like that. Anyways, so we've got an elevator here, but we don't really want to go there yet, because we do, because we can't go any further once we go up this track, because we don't have the proper beam for this door. So I guess let's take the elevator into Magmore Caverns. Oh, I think I know where we want to go with the Spider Ball. I think we want to go back to the furnace. I'm sure there's a number of places we could go with the Spider Ball. Honestly. Oh, hey, there's actually a door behind this elevator. And I'm pretty sure that goes to a save room. And I probably should end the episode here, so I'm stuck again. Oh my gosh, okay. Anything to scan in here? Doesn't look like it. So that's gonna be it for this video. In the next video, we will see what we can do with this Spider Ball of ours. I'm the Terminian Hero, and I will see you then.